Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Okay.
Baca, baca.
Hello. Oh my God. What's up? It's me, your guy, all the way from Bed-Stuy, Habo, and we are here for Habo Live. Live drawing session number 179. Man, I do apologize for the tardiness. Technical difficulties got in the way, but we are here. We are live. We are back on the air. They can never silence me. They can never take me down. But I hope you all are doing well. What's up to everybody that's in the chat and everyone that is coming in and that will watch in the future. I appreciate you being here. We have a lot to talk about that I'm gonna go over fairly soon. But before we do that, I want to let you know that you're amazing and you're awesome, and that despite everything that is going on right now, I do believe that we will be cool and we will be okay, and just focus on the moment, focus on what you can do on the micro level with your community, with yourself, with your loved ones, and make sure that you're showing up where you can and when you can. But anyway, so we missed an entire week of live streaming because last week we had here in New York, we had a blizzard. And so what happened was, situation was, the gutter from the back end of my building, it broke apart. It was hanging for a while. The landlord never came and like got it or fixed it up. So it was kind of like dangling for a minute. And then when we had the snowstorm, when we had the blizzard, the winds were going crazy, and then it finally fell. When it fell, it landed on top of the wire that I have and use for the internet. It snapped my cable. So we was out, was it like for a good portion of last week until like Thursday evening, like late Thursday evening, because they were backed up. Verizon was backed up. They had to go to like mad houses for different reasons, but the snowstorm had backed up their service technicians for like almost nearly like 2 days behind. So they finally, one of the guys finally came, and then it took him about like maybe like an hour and a half, maybe a little bit more, to get it back up and running. So yeah, I was going to do like a little like something on over the weekend, but I just was not in the space to do that. But we're back now, and that's all that matters. We're back now. We had a live stream yesterday on Patreon. We did co-working on Twitch, and now we're back here on YouTube, which is great. It's fantastic. So speaking of YouTube and things, I wanted to go over the live stream schedule, the event schedule, and some other housekeeping before we get into the art for tonight, which I'm not even prepared. Like, honestly, I didn't prepare nothing ahead of time. So I might just, like, I have an old thing that I think I might work on tonight. We'll see. But first and foremost, here is the live stream schedule for the week of March 1st. Happy Women's History Month, which is also technically being converted into Melanated March per the Black delegation, as the last few days or the last couple of weeks of Black History Month was terrible, as Charles Barkley would say. So happy Women's History Month, happy Melanated March to everyone out there. So the live stream schedule is as follows. So yesterday we did co-working, and it was supposed to be a comic dev diary on Patreon yesterday, but I took a different route. So I apologize if you were excited to see more about Project Mo, but we'll do another live stream for that on Patreon another time. Tonight is live drawing session number 179. Then we have co-working on Twitch tomorrow at 9 a.m. And then the state of the channel, which is a members only live stream that's happening tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern time, right here on YouTube. And then on Thursday, excuse me, on Twitch, we'll be playing Relooted, which is still an amazing game, and still unfortunate that it didn't reach as many people as I would have liked it to. Obviously, because of reasons which are uh, quite evident, but otherwise, I do enjoy the game, and I've been having fun playing it with y'all or playing it for y'all on Twitch. So come through tomorrow on Thursday night for that on Twitch. And then here is the event schedule for the month of March as well. So we have a huge, well, not a huge, but we have a pretty sturdy list of things coming up from March. First and foremost is the Creator Circle, the Afrovisionaries Creator Circle, which is coming up this Sunday, March 8th from 2 to 4 p.m. This is a space for Black artists to come together and not only just network, but talk about what's going on in their creative practice, where they can improve, ask for help and resources, and just be in a comfortable space to talk about whatever, right? It's a space to just unwind and get help if there is help needed. Then we have the excuse me, wrong. Not yet. Hold on, let me get to that in a second. So after that, we have our virtual drink and draw, which is going to be on the 11th, which is going to be next Wednesday. That's from 7 to 9 p.m. I'm bumping up the time slot just by an hour because I feel like going till 10, even though we haven't had issue per se, I feel like it would be better if people were able to leave a little earlier. So I'm bumping it up from 7 to 9 p.m. instead of 8 to 10. Then on Saturday, which is next Saturday the 14th, Afro Visionaries Museum field trip is taking place at Museum of the City of New York. That'll be Saturday, March 14th from 2 to 6 p.m. We'll be also having dinner at Con Migo, which is just down the block, around the corner, at 5:30. You are responsible for your own costs associated with this trip. So that means the admission into the museum itself and the food at Con Migo. Just so you are aware, I would love to get to a point where I can actually pay for more people to get into places and go to all these wonderful institutions. But as it stands right now, it is up to you to handle the cost of that. And then after that, on the 15th, which is Sunday, we'll be having game night. So that's from 7 to 8 p.m. So an hour of gaming, whether it is, whatever we end up choosing to do. We've been doing some really cool stuff lately, like Jackbox and Among Us. Those have been really fun, and a lot of people have been receptive to those things. On the 25th, which is also a Wednesday, we'll have our grant writing workshop, Afrovisionaries Grant Writing Workshop. This is for artists who are seeking to take the next step within their artistic practice, creative practice, and want to learn how to prepare, research, and write for grants, artist grants, to either fund the project or just survive and exist. It's really difficult out here to sustain yourself, and having the ability to um, have grant funding or any kind of financial support is vital and critical to our livelihood. So if you are free and if you're a Black artist, come through for that. So that's from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. All the links of everything that I mentioned are pinned in the chat. If you're watching this in the future, it will be in the description below. But to RSVP and everything, just follow the links and you'll be good to go. And then finally on the 29th is movie night, and we'll be watching Bebe's Kids, which is a fantastic and phenomenal and iconic animated film from back in the day. So come through to any in all of these events if you are free and available to. It'll be great to see your faces. It'll be great to hear your voices and just be in community and communication with y'all. But yeah, that's essentially the event schedule for this month. Things are subject to change as always, depending on weather, time, et cetera, et cetera. So I appreciate everyone that does support in that way. Um, one bit of unfortunate news before I continue, some other announcements. So as of right now, as it stands right now, and I will be announcing this across my other socials as well. As it stands right now, the Habtoon shop is on pause. The Habtoon shop is on pause due to some back end issues, and I want to make sure that I just want to make sure that everything's on the up and up. And in the meantime, you can support in other ways, like coming here and watching YouTube and doing super chats or subbing to the or joining the membership, going on Patreon, things like that. But as of right now, Habsman Shop is on pause until further notice, until I get things figured out. I might try to find an alternative way to get prints and stickers out to y'all, but as of right now, Habtoon Shop is on pause. Uh, Last but not least, I want to make mention of my recent episode of the Art Block Talk Show / podcast. We had a very special guest, Alicia Renice, come through and hang out and chat with us. And I think that this might be my favorite episode yet. I love all the episodes, but this might be my favorite yet. And I appreciate those who had showed up to the premiere. I really appreciate that. And everyone that has commented so far, anyone that shared and everything. It's just a wonderful conversation with a wonderful creative spirit and soul. So go check out that episode when this stream is over, or whenever you feel like watching this week. And if you already watched it, watch it again. But yeah, it was a phenomenal and fantastic conversation and experience, being able to sit with one of my favorite creators on this platform. So go check that out when this stream is over, and I would really appreciate your support on that as well. So that's essentially it for the announcements and whatnot. You watched it? Oh, I thought you said you watched it 3 times already. But hey, Jasmine in the chat and Kunam in the chat. But yeah, that's pretty much it for main announcements. Anything else that pops up, I'll just make videos about. I will be putting up a new Habbo Speaks tomorrow, and it's going to be a little different from what I've typically done. I recorded something today that I think hopefully will resonate with y'all. So I have to edit it tonight, and it might go on Patreon. I guess I'll put it on Patreon first, even though it's like kind of last minute in a sense of me putting it together. So I'll go on Patreon a few hours early. So because it's not that long, I just need to stitch different things together. So it'll be up on Patreon like early tonight, like maybe depending on how things go, maybe like 2 or 3 in the morning. But it's going to be out tomorrow as a premiere around the same time I usually do them. Was it like 12 that I usually do them? So get ready for that video. But that's essentially it. Sweaty Minds will return next week. So if you're expecting new Sweaty Minds, wait till next week. There'll be a brand new one coming out in conjunction with another project. Ooh, exciting. Next week's going to be a big week, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, happy to be here. Happy to be back. Ooh, there's a really great TV show I've been watching, by the way, called Paradise, starring Sterling K. Brown. And I didn't know what to expect at first, because I thought it was just like some generic like political thriller or whatever, but it's a little deeper than that. It's like, it feels like baby's first like sci-fi thriller in a sense, not in a disrespectful way, but more of like it's definitely trying to appeal to a broader audience. You know what I mean? So it's not as like super deep, if that makes sense. But it's great. Like, it's fun. and it's exciting. And of course, Sterling K. Brown, like he deserves to have his own show, and it's really great. James Marsden is in there too. So if you like his work from Westworld and what was Cyclops, he was Cyclops, and he's in the Sonic movies. You know, check it out. Check it out. Anyway, I am low key technically kinda stalling because I'm still trying to figure out if I want to do this particular piece that's in front of me right now, or if I want to do something else. Either way, we're going to get some kind of art done on this stream tonight. I didn't have anything prepped because I've been so busy with a project, a very cool project that's being announced publicly next week. If you've been on Patreon, you already know what I'm talking about. But yeah, let me get some stuff set up here on the back end. Apologies for being late again, though. I do apologize for that. Give me 1 second, getting the music up. It might be a little loud, so give me 1 second. No, we're good. Okay. All right, we're gonna be listening to Sims 2 music in a second, and then let me switch this over. Fantastic. Thank you, BB. Thank you, BB. We love BB. We love BB. We love Bemi. We love all of them. All right. So that's good. This is good. All right. And we do have a live goal for today. So make sure you help us reach that. Especially since the shop is going to be on pause for a while. And if you're listening to this in the future, just, you know, throw a super thanks. I think that's what it's called. Super thanks. They got some funny names for these things. All right. All right. Let's get the music back up and on. It's funny because my experience with The Sims 2, the first time I ever experienced Sims was The Sims 1 when I was like, I don't remember how old I was, but I went to a friend's house and he was playing it, and literally all he did was like send a kid off to school and burn the Sim family or burn the house down. That's all I remember. And then I got bored and like I don't know if I can say, I'm not gonna say this out loud. But I got bored and went to go hang out with his cousin who was a girl. So my first experience with The Sims was just like kind of like random. And then I remember, wait, what is going on? Oh, why is that blacked out? But then I remember getting The Sims 3 when I got my first like laptop, my first ever laptop that had a CD drive on it. And I was playing The Sims 3 and I was obsessed with it, and I was like modding and I was doing all kinds of stuff. I was going hard, bro. Like I was making my own characters. I was doing all kinds of stuff on it. And then one year, Maxis or EA, whoever it was, they just dropped it as a free download. Like you could download the entirety of The Sims 2 collection, and it contained everything. And I downloaded that and I started playing. I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like I like The Sims 2 is so drastically different from The Sims 3. Because I feel like with some games there's like slight iteration on things, but it's a completely different vibe, completely different game. And I really enjoyed it. It was a little confusing at first, and I didn't play too much of it, but I really liked the vibe, you know. It felt like it was wackier than The Sims 3. The Sims 3 was already wacky, but like I feel like The Sims 2 had a very 2000s, early 2000s kind of vibe, if that makes sense. But yeah. And then The Sims 4 came out, and that's what it was. The Sims 4 was what it was. And I haven't played or touched the Sims game since. Though my favorite, actually, the funny thing is my favorite is actually one of the spin-off series, Herbs Sims in the City on Game Boy Advance. was my shit, and the DS. They had a DS version. There was also Sims 2 busting out, which was really cool. But I feel like a lot of people aren't familiar with that one because that was a console exclusive thing. That didn't go where you thought it was going? No. No one ever expects the Spanish Inquisition. That's a joke from a show that I've never watched. I just felt like saying it. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Might have to get back into it. They have so much competition coming out now. So you got like Enzoy, which is Korean. Oh, you talking about the show Paradise? My bad. No, Paradise is cool. Yeah. I think they're definitely about to jump into something because I have a theory about where they're headed, and I low-key hope I'm right because it's going to be very fascinating to see how it plays out. If I'm wrong, I'm still going to enjoy the ride, you know. Still going to enjoy the ride. But no, speaking of going back to what I was saying though, anyway, is that The Sims is finally getting like some serious, and I put that in quotations, like serious competition. So you have Enzoy, which is a Korean, I think it's Korean. It's a Korean-based life sim, and it's like hyper realistic, and a lot of people were playing it a few months ago, and I feel like it serves a particular niche. I don't know if it was going to be a Sims killer per se, but I feel like it definitely has like an appeal that specific types of people or specific groups would really enjoy. I think there were a lot of complaints about it, but I also know that it's a very different kind of vibe, just based on the visual aesthetics alone. And then there's Paralives, which is it started out, I think the team was like maybe a couple of people or like one person or whatever, and then it grew a little bit. They started doing like a lot of, I think they were doing like a Patreon thing for a while. I don't know if they were on Kickstarter at any point, but that one looks pretty interesting because they're implementing a lot of features and gameplay mechanics that were very prominent in previous Sims games, like being able to like create styles for the furniture without having to like, you know what I'm saying, just go with default palettes, which is cool. But as far as its functionality, I'm not entirely sure. Like I've seen a few videos here and there, like the gameplay and how they interact. I forget what they call their things, because in Enzoy it's called Zoys, Z-O-I. They're called Zoys, but in Paralives they're called something. I forgot what it is, but that remains to be seen if that's going to be a quote unquote Sims killer as well. But we'll see, because I feel like the Sims community, like the default Sims community, I would say, is like they're very particular. So even if they don't like the game, they'll still be playing it, right? Like there have been tons of people that complain about The Sims 4, like from here to the end of time, but they'll still play it, and they'll still buy all the packs, they'll still buy all the expansions, they'll still buy all the little thing, you know. So it's like, for me, if you don't like the game and you don't like where they're going, or you feel like they're missing things or they're not doing right by the players, don't buy their shit. As simple as that. Don't buy their shit. But you know how it is, especially with like content creation, content creators. So there's always going to be like a few people are just like, oh, but I gotta da, 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 da. It's like, no, you got the platform. You could easily just be like, yo, let's, you know what I'm saying, let's do a little boycott. What about ham hocks, you know? Because I ain't gonna hold you, I feel like the Black Sim community definitely put the game in a very. I feel like Black Simmers put the game in a very heightened state of popularity. I'll put it that way, for different reasons. I'm more of a like I prefer more of the actual core like vanilla gameplay loop. Like I don't really care for mods that alter the game to be something different. Like I don't really care for like the you know like the murder mods and stuff like that. And I don't really care for the mods that change the entire visual direction of the game, because I feel like if that's the case, then that's not The Sims. But I do enjoy things that fix little things here and there, or like add in things that fit within the Sims art style. So like when you had some people that were modding in black hairstyles and textures and things like that, I really appreciated that. And some of those people went on to officially collaborate and work with the team, like the Sims EA Maxis team, or whatever the company is called, Maxis, EA Maxis, I can't remember. So that's great, you know. But there's so much. So the game came out in like what, 2014, and they're still pumping stuff out for it. And the Sims still go wash plates in the bathroom sink. You get me? And they're still just adding random ass packs, overpriced, by the way, with little to no content or gameplay attached, for the price that it is. I'll say, for the price that it is. You've never played The Sims? That's funny, because I thought you'd be like a super hardcore simmer. That's the wow. Okay, I learned something new every day. Learn something new every day. Yeah, I've played all the mainline games, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I played console ports of specific versions of The Sims 3 and The Sims 2. I've played Herbs, Sims in the City, which is on Game Boy Advance and DS. And then did I play the Medieval? Because they had like another spinoff that was on that Sims 3 engine called Sims Medieval. And basically it was like you played as like, you know, kings and queens and shit like that. It had court jesters, and all that kind of stuff. But I don't remember playing it. I feel like I watched people play it, but I don't remember playing it myself. What else is there? Did I play? I can't remember any other because I know I played more spin-offs. I just can't think of them. Oh yeah, they had like a Facebook version, but it was weird because you had to like get energy. You had to invite other people. Like all the Facebook games, like you had to invite friends or poke friends to get energy and shit, and it was weird. Don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. But yeah, I can't think of nothing else. But I'm down with the life sims. I like life sims. It's cool. They're like very relaxing, depending on how you're playing. There's some people who do like crazy stuff with them, but I really enjoy life sims. The genre that's grown into. Yeah. That's funny. So then a lot of this music is like brand new to you, and this background stuff. I'll say one thing, except I guess maybe The Sims 4, maybe not. But like the first 3 games has some really dope ass music. Well, the first 3 games had some really dope ass music, and the funny thing is, I learned that The Sims 3, I think they licensed their music out because I kid you not, there was a Key and Peele skit where they used music from The Sims 3, And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I learned that some of the music that EA had licensed or made for some of their games, like Mass Effect and The Sims, Mass Effect specifically, was sold off and like licensed out to other people. So I was watching 90 Day Fiance, not 90 Day Fiance. I was watching a spinoff of 90 Day Fiance. It was called The Family Chantel. And it was following one of the more popular couples from 90 Day Fiance. And there was a moment where like a very tense argument broke out between two of the people, and they were literally playing music, like battle music from Mass Effect 2. And I learned that they had licensed out the music. They didn't have the rights, the full rights to the music, and like it was used in other programming, which is crazy. It was crazy. I was like, what the like I was, you know how sometimes you watching something and you paying attention but you're not really paying attention, and then something happened and it wakes you up like, what the fuck? That's what happened. I was watching the show, and then the music started playing. I was like, what? That's the Mass Effect music. That's specifically from Mass Effect 2's Shadow Broker DLC. I specifically know the actual like place it came from. This very specific place it came from, because it only comes from one particular moment in a downloadable expansion for the game. You know. So I always thought that was funny. Funny like haha. Like funny, weird. I've been properly introduced. I might have been willing to play, but left to your own devices. No. I think you would like the older ones. I don't think The Sims 4 is like the best thing to introduce to someone. I think I would recommend Sims 2. Sims 1 is like it's so, you know, it's so vastly different from everything else, and it has a very particular, it's hard, it's a hard game, it's a difficult game. Like it's legitimately, so what happened was, the history of it is that when it was made from my understanding of history, there was a game called SimCity, and the guy that made it, he wanted to do like another version of it, and it was going to be called Dollhouse originally. And when they made it, the original version of the game was so difficult, like it was hard to do anything, like keep up with their needs and their wants and shit. Like they would just be dying, so they had to tone it down. But it was still pretty difficult. Like Sims 1 is a difficult game to manage and play, like to actually like have them work and eat and have relationships and things like that. That's one of, like, out of all the games, The Sims 1 is the hardest, and then The Sims 4 is just like, The Sims 4 is just The Sims 4. Let's put it that way. I'm trying to look up a hairstyle. I want to change the hairstyle, so I'm looking up reference photos for a hairstyle right now. That's why I'm like not drawing. And I'm wondering what would be cool. What would be cool? Who are them little black girls from Pepper Ann? I just saw a picture of them. Who is they? Oh, thank you for the super chat. Oh my god. You didn't have to do that. You ain't had to do that. But appreciate that. Let me see. I want to do something simple. When I originally did this, I was obsessed with like the big goddess braids, I think they were calling them at the time. So that's why that looks like that. Let me see. Oh my god, hear me out. This is gonna be crazy. Look at a picture of Conan O'Brien, and then look at a picture of Eugene from Hey Arnold, bro. I swear to God, just just look at the two of them. Let me see. Let me see. I should do star puffs so I can so that lady can yell at me. That one lady that's messing with solar. She is solar. Hold on. I just might do something like. Let me see. So I'm trying to think of like styles I've done. I want to do something I've already done. I feel like I've done a lot of locks and braids. So hold on. We're gonna figure this out. They were twins, were they? Cause I just saw a picture of them, and I was like, "Oh shoot, I forgot they had them little black girls on there." Just hanging out in the background. Somebody was like going a little left. Somebody was like, "When did we decide that Skeeter from Doug was black?" And I was like, "He always been that way." Him and I think Phoebe. Phoebe was her name. Like them that's black. Them black people. And Mr. Dink. I think Mr. Dink was also black, low key. He used to freak me out though, because he's always like laughing. It's like, I get it. Double income, no kids. Like, I get it. Like, that's why you happy, but chill, bro. Like, what? Calm down. It's like, calm down, my guy. Shout outs to Mr. Dink though. He was great representation. He was phenomenal representation. I think I might go with like I think I'm gonna go with like a short hairstyle and then do something funky with it. Do something a little bizarre. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. The only person I wasn't. Really? You think so? You think so? So I feel like Roger was white. Roger was white. I don't think that can be disputed. Hey, funny. Also voiced by the same guy who also voices Fry from Futurama, by the way. I'm trying to think of who else. Who else was on that show? Hey, funny. Let's focus on her right now. So I'm gonna get rid of the background. That low-key look like that low-key look like, what's her name? What's her name? You know what I'm talking about. That look like, what's her name? That's what's her name. I'm gonna do that after, actually. Wait, now I'm thinking. Hold on. Let me look up the Doug cast in a second. Hold on. Cause now I'm thinking, like, who else could have been considered like black or even like POC? Do POC even like POC, bro? Cause I feel like black people don't care about that terminology, bro. We don't fuck with that. Don't be lumping us in like that. We are our own people. You feel me? But I feel like I don't know of other POC fuck with that. I'm trying to do something else here. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see this. Hold on. Let me see this. Doug. Patty Mayonnaise was definitely white. I mean, her name was her last name was Mayonnaise. You feel me? The Dinks definitely were black as hell. BB. I called her Phoebe. BB. Loretta LaQuigley. That's black. Emily Crystal, she white. Who are them two? Remember the one that had the theme song? The little nerd dudes. What were they called? I forgot their names, but I feel like they were definitely something. There was something going on with them. Let me see. Who else was in there? I'm trying to look at the characters. I can't find a picture of like everybody in one thing. Patty's biracial is crazy. Also, she's voiced by she's voiced by she's voiced by Lori Petty, I think, who also played Tank Girl in the Tank Girl live action film from back in the day. Wait, let me double check that. Patty Mayonnaise. Oh. Little sound effect. Let me see. Who voiced Patty Mayonnaise? Let me double check that. No, Constance Shulman. Okay, I feel like Lori Petty was on a cartoon though. No, Constance Shulman, she was in Orange is the New Black, if I remember correctly. She was in like the latter season. That's what I was thinking about. But Lori Petty was also in Orange is the New Black, and I somehow got those two confused. But Constance Shulman, yeah. When I as soon as I heard her voice, I was like, that's Patty Mayonnaise. That is Patty Mayonnaise. All right, Lori Petty. I feel like she was in a cartoon though. Maybe I'm tripping. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. She was in Robot Chicken, but that's not what I'm thinking. Like I feel like it was earlier than that. Like 90s. She was in Superman. Okay, yeah, she was Livewire in the Superman Batman cartoons from the 90s. So that could have been it. She ain't been in anything since 2024 though. Maybe she's chilling. She's probably just chilling. All right, we solved the mystery. We solved the mystery of who Patty Mayonnaise was. But yeah, Doug was a time for sure, man. Doug was a time. I don't think it was one of like the top tier. Like I don't think it was. I think people watched it because it was there, but I don't think it was like out of all the other Nicktoons. I don't think he was really pulling like that. Great, it was still a great show, but I don't think it was pulling like Rugrats and pulling like, you know, it wasn't pulling as much as any Class B Super for sure. So that's Rugrats, Our Real Monsters, Wild Thornberries, shit like that, Rocket Power. And I think that was like why I ended up going to. No, that wasn't why I went to Disney, but you know, why I kind of fell to the wayside though. You know. All right. What can I add? do this. Yeah, because it's not a hoodie. It's like a different type of material, so that's why it looks a little funky like that. But I think I like where it's like I like where she's at right now. Then I'm gonna try to do the background. But what I want to do is actually maybe I should keep it wide. Maybe I will keep it wide. I don't know. I typically don't do like pieces that are wide anymore. And I think that was just only because like social media dimensions and shit like that. But fuck that, I guess, right? I guess we would do whatever dimensions or aspect ratios I want. Because if you notice, most of my stuff is more like vertical, horizontal. I mean, yeah, vertical then horizontal. Most, if not all. But yeah. Let me see. Do I want to keep it exactly the same or make adjustments to it? That's the only thing. Like, would it make sense? So a lot has changed since this came out. Definitely not finishing it tonight, though. I can tell you that, because I gotta. Matter of fact, yeah, I'll probably get off at like. Because I started at 8:30, so I'll get off like maybe closer to 10. Because I gotta edit that video, so y'all can watch it tomorrow. Watch it on time. Baby, take your time. Y'all know that song? It's been stuck in my head all day. Baby, take your time. What's the rush? I think it goes like that. I can't remember. I don't know who sings that. But I've heard it a few times on like random playlists or some shit. I don't know. But she said, baby, take your time. That's what he be saying. I need to get rid of this. Hold on. Wait, something's missing. Hold on. I think something's missing on this thing. The art that's above me. I think something's missing. I gotta fix that. Leon Thomas. Oh, Leon Thomas. Okay. I don't even know what he looks like. But if that's what that is, then yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hold on, let me see. You know what a nigga gonna do? A nigga will Google the lyrics. A nigga will Google the lyrics. Leon Thomas, baby, take your time. Mutt. Yeah, it's called Mutt. Yeah. That song is hard. Andre from Victorious. I've never watched that show. But now, okay. That's what he look. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Shut up. Oh shit, he's from here. Oh shit, I'm gonna get into more of his music. I didn't know he was a fellow Brooklynite. I didn't know he was a fellow native New Yorker. All right, Leon. All right, Andre. I'm victorious. What's up, Morgan? First of all, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Tell me how you live it. Then those down and I'm a big stepper. Oh, let me fix this thing. I need to fix this thing. There's something missing. What's missing? So it goes from here. All right, so there. Okay, DK. Something's missing. Ah, bedside guys. Okay, that's what's missing. That's what's missing. Okay, I need to replace that. How did that go missing? I don't even know how that went missing. Maybe I changed the name of the folder. Probably broke the chain. Just swinging by to say hi. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing very well too. I hope you're doing well too. Okay. That should be fixed now. So it should pop up. Or it should populate in the what you call it. But yeah, I'm gonna get off probably around 10, like closer to 10, because although I would stay on, but I do need to edit this video. All right, there we go. Now it's back. Cause I was like, why is the circle black? Why it's black? As March 1st turned over, as February turned into March. Why is it black? What about ham hocks? You know. What about the ham hocks? You feel me? Everybody asks, what about ham hocks? But how are the ham hocks? You get what I'm saying? Like, how are they really? And no one really stops to consider that. No one ever stops to consider that. And maybe we should. Wait, so did he sing on Victorious? Did he sing? Was he a rapper or a singer on Victorious? Or was that like a surprise to everybody when he came out with music? Watch the rush. Oh, he sang word? He's probably singing. Wasn't that Keke Palmer show? He was singing to Keke Palmer, wasn't he? Oh, he was on iCarly. He was on iCarly as well. I'd never watched iCarly. I saw like a few clips of it. Because I liked Miranda Cosgrove. And I think the guy that was I think he was on Drake and Josh, right? The loud motherfucker. He was on there too, and I was like, oh, look at them. They got their own show. It wasn't, and the funny thing was I thought it was like a spinoff of Drake and Josh. It had nothing to do with Drake and Josh. It was just like her own show. So I never ended up. Crazy Steve, yeah. Yo, there was an episode, I forgot what they was doing. They was at a party. And he was screaming, "Come on, Dora!" That's all I remember. Like him just yelling all the time. Come on, Dora! Oh man. You know who's very active on? I saw your message. I just didn't get a chance to respond to it. About AI. But I was gonna say, what's her name? Yvette Nicole. I think that's her name, Yvette Nicole Brown. She's active on Threads now. It's really interesting to see like what she'd be talking about. So I think people was hating on her for a little bit. I think she might have said something that was kind of anti us. Maybe I don't remember. I don't recall. Don't quote me. I feel like people was mad with her for a little bit for some reason. Because people are mad at Deutsche right now. Deutsche. People are boy, don't say you don't like an animal, man, because they gonna come get you. She made some comments about, oh right, because she was on Good Times. She was the voice of the mom, right? That's what it was. People was kind of turning up their nose at her because of that. Yeah. But she seems like cool people from what she be posting. So I'm not really like hating on her. You know. But yo, they getting on Deutsche today, boy. She said she don't like cats, and them people came out the woodworks. First it was the white people, but I then saw some black folks in there too. I saw one girl talking about she was disappointed. She was upset. I'm like, you're upset about Doechii saying she don't like cats? What? Go feed a homeless person, bro. Go take care of your kids. Like, what are you? Cats? Like, let's be for real. All right, Morgan, have a good one. Thank you for dropping in. I don't like animals like that, bro. I was just like, wow, finally a artist and creative person who doesn't like something that everybody else likes. Wow. You know, congrats, y'all. Not everybody wants the same things you want. Get it? Got it? Good. Oh, what did she do? She made a comment about not liking cats and saying that all cats are mean or something like that. And then everybody was coming out the woodworks trying to like. First of all, they making it seem like she committed an act of illicit crime. Like she making it seem like she committed treason or some shit. The way people are reacting, just going way too hard. And like, yeah, it's unfortunate that someone doesn't like the thing you like. Someone popular that you enjoy doesn't like the thing you like or whatever, or love the thing you love. But so what? So what? There's bigger things to be concerned about than Doechi's lack of love for felines, bro. This R&B ass song. Susul. It's like one day everybody's like Jim Carrey's a clone. Now everybody's like fuck Doechii. I'm like, what fuck? I'm like, I thought she did something crazy. I went to go look. I was like, oh, she just said she don't like cats. And then she was doubling down. It was so funny because she was like, ask somebody that own a cat to lift up their arms. They're going to be tore up. I was like, what the I never thought to look at somebody's arms, but people's arms do be scratched up, though. People's arms do be scratched up. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, it's nothing serious. It's nothing serious. It's just people on the internet being people on the internet. At the end of the day, it's nothing serious at all. You would have thought she said something like she supported Agent Orange or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like all she did say was she don't really fuck with cats. Nothing wrong with that. No, I don't like that. All right. This is an R&B ass sounding song, bro. I had never heard this one before. It's called Shika Zoom from the hip hop station, which makes sense. SHICKA ZICKA SOOM. Shika Zika Zoom. That's a tongue twister. Speaking of spelling things, apparently there's another stupid internet debate where people are arguing about like the pronunciation of NAACP, and apparently there's a clip of one of the leaders, I think, and he's saying that we've been saying it wrong. I was like, everybody says NAACP, nigga. Like, hello, where have you been? I've never heard anyone say it any other way. It's always been NAACP. Like, are we in a different timeline right now? The one where we say Bernstein Bears instead of Berenstain Bears? Berenstain? NAACP. That's what he was saying. That's what the one guy was saying. It's like, excuse me, sir. No one's going to say that. No one's ever going to say that. No one says the NAACP awards, NAACP awards. All right. You're not going to. First of all, you're not going to tell black folks how to pronounce, because we're going to say whatever we're going to say anyway. We add S's to fucking every fucking sub. I'm going to Subways. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to tell nobody to do anything. We've been saying that. I've been saying NAACP since I was a kid. It's like, nah, we're not jacking that, as they would say. We're not jacking that. Right, we did argue with Uno about the rules, which is crazy. How you gonna tell people that made the game? How you gonna tell the people that made the game how the game supposed to be played? Niggas was really going back and forth on Twitter with Uno, and Uno was right there arguing back. Like, what? What kind of world are we living in right now? Like, Uno, why are you on Twitter? Let me see. Oh, this is looking. Oh my god, this looks like actually she with the short hair. She looks like somebody I used to know. Pretty funny. I know exactly who she looks like. Just realized that wasn't intentional at all. That's so funny. That's funny. Ha ha. Oh man, I'm the Stranger Things kids already, man. There was like an interview. It was the boys. It was Lucas. I'm just gonna use their character names because people might not know their real names. So it was Lucas, Mike, and Dustin, and Will. It was all four of them, and they was on some couch and they were doing some kind of interview, and I think this portion of the interview was them looking at memes of themselves or something like that. They were talking about Will, and then like Lucas looks at it, and like I guess I don't know, like I think part of him in these interviews is like fucking around and trolling, even like just being silly. And they hand him the thing, and he has like a delayed reaction to the meme, and he goes, "That's so funny," and then he goes, "Ah ha ha." This shit is so funny to me, bro. I was like, this nigga do not want to be on these interviews at all, bro. He want to go home. He's done. He's done. He wanna be with his people, but he want to go home. I would do that shit too. I go hold you, bro, because you gotta. Because mind you, they have to do these things. Like that's part of their, as far as I know, that's part of their like obligations to do these different interviews. But how they participate is not like mandatory. Like how they do it is not mandatory. And you can tell like he was zoning out, bro. He was like, "That's so funny," and did like the fakest ha ha. It's like, yeah, nah. I feel that. I feel that. Okay. Oh, it's 9:47. Oh shoot. All right, we're gonna wind down and start to wrap it here. Let me see how this looks so far. I'm liking it. I think actually in this alleyway, I'm gonna add like the hobgoblins. I think that would be a better reference point, just to connect some things, especially like on some of the buildings and the signage and shit like that. But yeah, let's switch on over. I want to thank everybody that came out tonight. I appreciate y'all chatting and whatnot with me. Pause the music, cheery ass music. Shout outs to Big Bull for putting that playlist together. Go check out his channel. He does a lot of great mixes of different games, compiling like curated playlists of past, present, and really cool music from your favorites. But yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. I do appreciate y'all coming through. Just to go over some housekeeping once again, like I mentioned, the Habtoon shop is on pause right now, so if you would like to support in other ways, there are options. You have the super chats here. Thank you to Jasmine for the super chat. We have the Patreon membership. I am open for commissions and available for client consultations for artists who are seeking to learn how to research and write for grant writing, among other things. So you can check all that out. The link is in the chat, and if you're watching this in the future, the link is in the description below. So make sure to check that out. Our next event coming up is the Afro Visionaries Creator Circle on Sunday, March 8th. That's from 2 to 4 p.m. in our Discord. So make sure you hit me up if you want to join. But no, the RSVP link is in the description, and pinned in the chat as well. So RSVP, and you'll be able to hang out with us on Sunday in the Discord. Next up as well is the virtual drink and draw that's coming up on the 11th. So the theme is, I forgot to mention that the theme is Pokemon. So we're going to make our own Pokemon, since there's like a lot of Pokemon hype. How many times am I going to say Pokemon, Pokemon, Pokemon? There's a lot of Pokemon hype going on right now. So I think it'll be really cool to design our own Pocket Monsters, right? Then after that, that following Saturday or that same week, excuse me, is going to be the Afrovisionaries Museum field trip. We're heading to the Museum of the City of New York. So RSVP now, and bring your sketchbook, bring your Black Joy, bring yourself, bring your homies too. All right, and let's have a good time. We're going to be uptown hanging out at one of my favorite museums, top 3, top 5 museums in the entire city of New York. Also, here's the live stream schedule. So tomorrow we're doing co-working at 9 a.m. on Twitch, and then we're doing a members only State of the Union, State of the Channel type of vibe. Nothing bad, nothing scary. Just like what March is going to look like. Just an overview of what March will look like, and the programming we're going to be bringing to the channel itself. So make sure you come to that so you can learn what's going on. And then, of course, like I said, check out the recent episode of the Art Block featuring Alicia Renice. Fantastic and phenomenal conversation with a fantastic and phenomenal creator. Okay. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. That's going to be it from me. But it won't be the last time you see me this week. So make sure you pull up and pull through for any other events and streams and videos and whatnot that are coming out. But yeah, there's going to be a video out tomorrow as well. So be on the lookout for that. I got to edit it right now. Like when I get off, I'm going to give myself some time. Like I'm going to take a little time to get up and move around, but then I'm going to get in to edit it. But yeah, thank you all for coming through once again. I appreciate y'all for real, for real. Much love to our Patreon members, our Patreon founders, and other supporters of the channel and everything I do here at HabTunes. But until next time, stay true, stay you. We out. Deuces. Goodbye. Yo, thank you for tuning in and hanging out with me for today's live stream. Your support means everything to me, for real, for real. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe on YouTube and everywhere else. Turn on the notifications so you know when I go live next. I'm live every week, so make sure you go check my schedule on habtunes.com/schedule to see when and where I'm broadcasting next. And if you want to dive a little deeper into the HabTunes experience, head on over to patreon.com/habtunes, become a Patreon member. You'll get exclusive access to upcoming projects, videos, members only live streams, and so much more. Thank you again for your love, your time, and your support. It is greatly, greatly appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one.